Hello and welcome back to Farming Simulator 25 with me, Daddy Jokey. We are back on Riverbend Springs, and as you can see, I have cleared away all the bales off our fields. No, hold up. Hello and welcome back to Farming Simulator 25 with me, Daddy Jokey. We are back on Riverbend Springs as we usually are, and as you can see in the montage at the beginning of this video, I have cleared the bales off of our fields, and the reason for the montage is actually fairly simple. What happened was, I recorded an episode in which I cleared the bales of the field using a bale spike front loader implement and an autoload trailer, and then when I was done with it, I found out that actually the audio, my speech was way too low, and when I tried to fix it in post-production, or way too low, way too quiet, when I tried to fix it in post-production, I was unable to actually balance the audio between my voice and the sound of the tractor. And so I decided, instead of doing that, I'm just gonna turn that episode into a quick couple-minute montage at the beginning of this one, and then we'll just move on from there. However, what had happened in that previous episode was I used this vehicle. Let's see if I can find it fast. Nope, can't. As ever, I'm struggling. Here we go. Transport. I used this one. It is a mod, the Pongy or Ponge, I don't know, SPX 816. And this thing has an autoload. However, it has an autoload where the bales are actually put on flat instead of like side by side in the roll stage. So in that episode, I said I am undecided as to whether or not I'm going to keep that vehicle. And I decided in the end not to, because I got extremely lucky, I say. And when I went to roll into August 1, in the used vehicle sales, a vehicle came that sorts out all of that. It doesn't use autoload, and yet it doesn't require, I hate this so much. Where is my vehicles? It doesn't use autoload, and it doesn't use, or it doesn't have the need for unnecessary bale machinations. And that vehicle is the Anderson RBM 2000 bale picker upper. Now, because I sold all our straw, I made about $41,000, and this cost, I think, 36. We can actually go and look into our finances. Yeah, new vehicles, 30,500, and I sold the old one that I used, the one with the autoload, and so now we have that for future seasons or for future bale work, which is excellent because that device will make our life so much easier than anything we've had up to this point. But today we have stuff to do and things to get done. Number one, we gotta go and we gotta mulch all of our fields. So we gotta bust out the tractor, grab the mulcher, and get cracking on that. Number two, we gotta go and see, I'm gonna set a worker to do the first field so that I can go ahead and go look around and see what's going on with the flower at the flower mill. If only I could remember where I actually stored our mulcher. And that is on the inside of this shed. So I got too excited to drive the tractor. Forgot where I was going. Alright, here we go. It's a lot of shifting just for something to go in reverse. So we'll grab the mulcher. And I'm hoping that I won't forget that I need to actually go back into the field that I've already done the mulching and power harrowing on, in order to fix whatever the damage was that had been caused by hail. Let's actually pick the weight as well. I don't think we need to. I think the vehicle was fine as it were, but you know, just a little bit more stability. This isn't exactly hard work for the tractor. I don't think. Like nothing untoward. We're not stretching it past its limitations. So I think the bale will just give it a little bit more traction. And this is nice and dry, compact ground, so it should be fine. Actually, you know what? Let's go down this way and start on this field. So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of gently nudge into there. Then we're gonna open this and we're gonna set the AI worker auto number of headlands. 2? Is 2 enough, or do we want 3? Alright, let's do 2, and I want them to start on the up and downs. Bam, Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your auntie. We will let them do the thing. Cool. And while they're doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and go load up the pallets that we have over by the greenhouses. There is a couple different things there. And then we're gonna go and see what's up at the flour mill. Actually, before we go, let's check how much there's left. They still have a good amount of stuff at the flour mill to work with, but you can see that they're like filling it up fast. We're gonna have so much flour, we might actually need a semi-truck to haul it away. Because to haul it away with our little pickup truck is gonna take a minute. Now, in terms of finances, I am excited to get my hands on all that money from the flour, because that might actually enable us to buy that remaining field down where the worker currently is, and that way basically have that entire like section of land to work with. That's kind of the goal at the moment, is to get that, and any like extraneous, is that a word even, purchases such as you know, new vehicles or whatever are kind of subject to the requirements of the service, really. What I mean by that is, like, if there is a powerful tractor on sale for a very good amount of money, then we're gonna grab it. We're gonna grab that. You better believe it. But it needs to be a proper upgrade, and it needs to be a proper sale, I guess. Because having 2 tractors, even if it was just a 200 horsepower tractor, that would be an upgrade. I'm just gonna grab it. We're not gonna mess around with any time skipping or whatever, pretending like I'm not actually doing this by hand. What's the word I'm looking for? Or what is it I'm saying? Oh, upgrades. Yeah. So like, for example, that Anderson bale picker upper, right? That was 30,000, which, you know, that's not cheap. That's a good chunk of money, but I don't think it would come on any cheaper than that, honestly. And so I'm actually pretty happy with that purchase, because it means that we won't have to fuck around with bale forks and bale grabs and weirdly placed weirdly placed bales when we do baling again next season. And so I'm perfectly happy with that. And I don't want to necessarily spend money on doing things that don't make us a lot of money, if that makes sense. So for instance, I want to spend money on the chicken coop, right? I want to get like chickens all sorted out so that we can actually have a lot more chickens than this tiny little coop, which apparently can only hold 30 of them, which I can kind of see. Which, you know, that's a very small farm kind of way of doing it, right? These eggs over here have been here for quite a while. It's taken, I think, pretty much the entire year so far for that to accumulate, which is super small. It makes it even more frustrating that we can't use like our hand to pick them up without it being kind of cheaty, because they spawn on a ginormous pallet. Same thing with honey. I would like to expand our honey production a little bit, put some more hives down, because we are currently producing so little honey that, again, it is a real shame that we would have to use a pallet fork to pick that up, right? That doesn't really make sense. But it be what it be. So strap that in, and let's go and look where the price is good. You can see we're gonna make bank. We're not even halfway done, and it's already $90,000. And let's see, lettuce, farmers market, honey, small farmers kiosk, strawberries kiosk, garlic. Where's the garlic? Cannery. We're not delivering garlic to the cannery, are we? And tomatoes, farmers market. So yeah, so we're gonna go to farmers market, and we're gonna drop the garlic off at the cannery since it's right next door. And I know that those of you who have watched this for quite a while are like, oh no, not the drive all the way there again. I know. Let's do a quick time lapse of the drive. Okay, here we are. Let's just unload the garlic and then take the rest over to the other side of the street. Oh crap, wrong thing. Take the garlic, sell the garlic, and then we're gonna go to the other side of the street to sell all of the other stuff. And we can actually check and see if we can take some stuff to the restaurant as well. I think those lettuces, but then again, stuff is floating. Just what a joy to do farming simulator in these conditions. So let's see. Chili peppers we don't have. Lettuce to farmers market. Strawberries, okay. Tomatoes to farmers market. Everything else. So turns out we should have left the strawberries at the house. So whatever, we'll just sell them here. We're already... Actually, I'm not really even sure why we're doing that. We can just go and sell everything like that. So let's check out the harvest income. Finances. Sold products. So we sold almost $7,000 worth of stuff. I think that's optimistic, but okay. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna hightail it home because we are running a little bit low on gas. So hopefully we make it. Otherwise we're gonna have to go ahead and get the tractor to tow us home or to a gas station. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, let's go this way, and let's swing by the flour mill. Oh, what's going on over here? A bus. Took a bit of a tumble. Okay, well, you guys are gonna have to figure that out. Let's stop by the flour mill and find out how much we can actually fit on the back of our vehicle. It's not going to be much, not unless it's going to be like stacked overly high, and then we're going to be super unstable. Let's cut through here. When and or if I ever own these fields, this little road is getting plowed in. You better believe it. It's just not sensible to even have those two tiny fields without plowing that in. But we're going to go ahead and load up some of that stuff. So, yeah, sorry, I just got distracted there for a minute and lost my train of thought. Yeah, look at this. That is a lot of stuff. We're gonna park it up kind of here-ish. As I said, this is gonna be a job for... This is gonna be a job for a semi-truck if we continue down this path. So yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and do the thing where I go talk to them and they load it up for me. And then I'll be back in a jiff. Okay, so we're loaded up with the first set. We can see that it barely made a dent. And by barely, I mean it didn't make a dent at all. Let's go check where we need to deliver this. Flour, flour, flour. Oh, all the flour is going to Goldcrest Valley. So actually, this was a bit of a mess up. Because we don't want... We're gonna sell the flour to Goldcrest Valley. And for that, we kind of just need to rent a train right over across there. But in order to do that, I want to actually have all of our production done. Ah, dukes. I messed up. Sorry, I'm thinking. Ah, crap. That's really unfortunate. Let me ponder it while I explore this warehouse. I think this is how you're supposed to load up the train, potentially. Park that thing right over here and deliver it to the train. And that would be kind of fun to see, too. I haven't actually really ever used it in Farming Simulator 25. And so, we probably definitely want to do this. So, I'm not really sure. Well, here. We already have this. Let's look into here. Goldcrest Valley. Value at other stations is... Farmer's Market is okay. So let's take the flour to the farmer's market. Hope we don't run out of gas. And then we'll leave the rest here to keep stewing. As you can see, as soon as we load this vehicle up a little bit, it becomes completely off balance. So I'm gonna have to drive carefully. But yeah. This was just a planning error. We basically know that the factory is factory, and so we're gonna leave it to its own devices and go take over mulching the fields, essentially. I know, exciting job that, but actually because of the width of the implement, it doesn't take all that long. And yeah, basically we need a semi-train. Come on, get out of the way. That was not a safe left turn, you muppet. I see the two bus drivers have sorted out their differences. It's a goofy thing for them to begin with. Yeah. We're going to the farmer's market, delivering 2 tons of flour. I actually don't know how much this would weigh, but I imagine quite a bit. Most people typically don't buy more than 1 bag. So this is a lot of people. Maybe the way this farmer's market works is even outside of selling stuff here at like a walk in and talk to the shop owners farmer's market, maybe they also have like a we truck it to a big city and sell it to the city folk, but we don't need your input for that. We like, you know, like a co-op, like we warehouse it and then we take it there. Maybe, I don't know. We can pretend that that's how it works. But yes, for now we're gonna go home. We're gonna refuel this vehicle. I know this was, I gave that guy crap for unsafe left turn, and then I overtook a school bus as it was making a turn. Should take my own advice about driving here. But let's face it, I don't want this episode to drag on forever and being just me driving along. So there. Road ends over here. And in case you were wondering about the occasional weird sounds that I make, I'm still coughing my lungs out. And that's basically me trying not to blow out your eardrums whenever like a random cough comes. So I'm kind of suppressing it, and then it comes out as like a weird, loud, sort of moaning exhale. But yeah, fun times. We are definitely gonna make quite a bang with the flower. That is for sure. And I'm hoping that it finishes in the next day or two, so that we can actually plant that field with the same crop or like within the same system of planting as we are with everything else. Now, I had a thought, and I'm thinking maybe we'll use wheat. Hurry up, woman. Jesus. Not even crossing at the stop sign. People just walking across the street at a leisurely pace. Never in my life. But, yes, so the idea that I had is to use wheat. We haven't planted wheat, we've been using barley. I think because barley has a slightly better yield. And I thought originally, why don't we just run a full setup of canola, right? We have enough fields to actually make it worth our while a little bit. But my concern with canola is that then we don't get any straw, and I don't want to, like, what if we make so much money selling all this flour that we will be able to buy the cow building, right, and start proper cow farm. And so I don't want to have no straw, no product for the cows to be bedded on, right? We will still need to do some serious like development in terms of getting grass, but in terms of all of this, it's definitely helpful to have some straw crop, right? And it's not gonna be hopefully a need of, you know, several dozen tons of straw to keep the cows bedded for the whole year, but it is gonna take quite a bit, right? We're definitely gonna start with maybe 10, 15 cows. Okay, let's pop in here and see how they're getting along. So I'm thinking I'm gonna leave them to finish this, since they're doing such a spectacular job. And then once they finish it, we're just gonna come back and take it to the other fields. Hey, that sounds like a good plan. So we'll just pop over here, and we'll be back when they're done. Okay, so we're back, and the worker has completed their task satisfactorily. You can see the damage from the hail was actually fairly significant on this field. But while I was waiting, I was contemplating what to do next in terms of purchasing, because as I said, that flour, that's going to be a lot of trucking it back and forth using our meager options essentially. And so I was wondering if I should spend the money and start buying the semi-truck stuff that I need. Basically, the first thing that I'd buy is the trailer, right? Evidently, that would be the way to go, because we can get a dolly for our tractor to pull that with. So we don't actually need a semi-truck. The other option is that we only actually really need the semi-truck occasionally, and we could rent it, right? And so just owning that semi-trailer might actually sort out all of our issues. But then I thought, okay, but the semi-trailer that I want to buy the dolly with it. I mean, not dolly, the, what's it called? Forklift that hooks up to it. And I don't want to spend that kind of money right now. I would rather buy that field that we were just next to. And so I'm still not decided. It's like back and forth, right? Ultimately, this is what I think. Ultimately, the flour will make us enough money that both will be viable options. I think it is entirely possible that we will sell $150,000 worth of flour, which will give us enough money to buy the field that I want to buy, as well as enable us to buy the semi-trailer, even brand new. But yes, I don't know. I don't know. The problem that we have right now is that I don't think our production of anything else other than the flour is high enough to warrant purchasing an entire semi-trailer at the moment. What I'm really confused about is the lack of production by these two foil tunnels. They are supposed to be the same speed as this greenhouse right here, and they most definitely are not. So what I might actually do in, like, once it's winter time again and we have not much to do, what I might do is I might actually just set up proper greenhouses instead of those two foil tunnels. As nice as it was that they only cost about 6,000 to build, they are proving to be ineffective. We have so far sold, I think, 2 loads of strawberries, which just seems not good. And the other warehouse hasn't sold, other foil tunnel hasn't sold anything. That one hasn't produced a single pallet yet. And so I don't know that they're coded correctly. It says that they should be just as fast as the greenhouse that we have, and they certainly are not. So I might get rid of that, unfortunately. Yeah. In the meantime, we're gonna run a quick time lapse of me doing this field. I'm gonna free ball it, as they say, or freehand it if you're into that. And so that way, it's gonna be kind of wobbly. It might not be the optimal way of doing it without those steer assist lines, but whatever. We're going old school here today. So yeah. Alright, that's that and done with. Hopefully this is the last boss on this field that I need to do. I know for sure up at the top there I'm gonna have to do a little bit extra, tiny little chunk, but I'm hoping I don't have to drive this all the way down. We will check on the map, I guess, once it is done, to make sure I haven't missed anything anywhere. But other than that, we're all good to go. I'm not even gonna try. I think I could have probably done it, but I'm not even gonna worry about it. We're just gonna reverse and then just mulch that chunk. Costs us nothing but diesel. There we go. Fold up this implement. Let's go look. So there's a chunk over here and chunk over here that doesn't say mulched, but it also doesn't say anything else. So I think that's good to go. I think this is fine. The field is good. And we only have one more to do, and I'm just gonna set the worker to do that one. And we're gonna call it good for this episode. Yeah, this was kind of a mixed situation. I wasn't necessarily entirely ready to do what needed to be done, but now we are. Now it's all good. And I will figure out what to do in the meantime in terms of what we're gonna plant in the upcoming season, and that's that. So, you know, there. I thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.